someone has been missing 5 years, that person is automatically pronounced dead.
But the family of Ryan Larsen is hoping a judge will pronounce him dead before the 2-year anniversary of his disappearance. A ruling is expected this week. 6 News' Marla Lundak has the update for us tonight.
Tomorrow in Sarpy County Court, Ryan Larsen could be pronounced legally dead. The then 11-year-old boy with autism disappeared after walking out of La Vista West Elementary School in May of 2021.
Our heart breaks for Ryan's family. It has since it first happened, and it continues to.
The Papillion La Vista School District spoke with 6 News last month after Ryan's mother, Tammy Larsen, filed the petition. In it, she states her intent to sue the school district for negligence.
As far as who's responsible, I think that's really for the courts to figure out.
La Vista Police Chief Bob Lawston has been subpoenaed to testify at Tuesday's hearing, but last week he requested to quash that command. He says the subpoena doesn't state the scope of testimony that's needed and that certain information about Ryan's case, which is still active, needs to remain confidential.
I wouldn't consider this a cold case. I don't think we have anything that we can publicly state where we're at. You know, we do have federal partners that we're working with that are reviewing some things, as well as local agencies as well.
Lawston told 6 News last month that even if Ryan is pronounced dead, their investigation into his disappearance wouldn't end. Lawston will meet with the Sarpy County judge Tuesday afternoon just before the hearing is scheduled to begin. On your site in Omaha, Marlo Lundak, 6 News.
That hearing in Sarpy County set for 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. 6 News will have full coverage on air and online at WOWT.com.